Is a special edition of Showbiz Tonight, Entertainment Weekly's Great Reunions. They are among the most memorable movies and TV shows of our time, and they all had something in common: fantastic firsts. Showbiz Tonight is teaming up with Entertainment Weekly to bring you the magazine's extraordinary reunions of the cast of these films and TV shows, all now being featured in the latest issue of Entertainment Weekly that has just been released. We begin with those phenomenal firsts, the shows that dared to be different and changed TV forever. Shows that were real breakthroughs because they dared to go where no shows had gone before. In 1998, it was a breakthrough sitcom featuring gay characters. And now the cast of Will and Grace is fondly remembering all the laughs.
What do you guys miss most about working with each other?
Laughing every day.
Yeah. In 1999, this drama was the first primetime series to realistically portray the inner workings of the White House. And now the cast of The West Wing is still beaming with pride.
Part of me would have been happy doing it for the rest of my life.
And in 1977, this miniseries became the first program to reveal the horrors faced by African-American slaves. And now the cast of the miniseries Roots is celebrating the lifelong friendships they've enjoyed.
These are my uncles, man.
Yeah.
Entertainment Weekly is reuniting the cast of these three groundbreaking programs.
Will, I told you, you live with a hetero long enough, you're going to catch it.
The comedy Will and Grace, which followed the friendship between a gay man and a straight woman, proved that America would watch a show week after week with openly proud gay characters. When Will and Grace stars Erica McCormack and Deborah Messing reunited for the Great Entertainment Weekly reunion, it was the side-splitting moments they remembered most.
Your fake breasts exploding.
Will, what are you doing?
I think you've sprung a leak.
What are you talking about?
I ended up getting bronchitis from doing that, but it was worth it. It was funny. Anything for a joke.
The West Wing succeeded with an unprecedented TV setting, a fictional White House with an idealistic president played by Martin Sheen.
Killing yourself and innocent people to make a point is sick, twisted, brutal, dumbass murder.
And when Entertainment Weekly brought the West Wing cast back together for their great reunion, they were still honored to be associated with such a groundbreaking show.
These people, I adore them.
What's your name?
Toby.
And the word phenomenal can definitely describe the smash hit 1977 miniseries Roots, a heartbreaking look at the horror of slavery.
It could be another day.
And at Entertainment Weekly's great reunion of the Roots cast, they remembered their program as not only a major moment in African American history, but in American history.
The title of Alex's book was Roots, the saga of an American family.
And as all of these Entertainment Weekly great reunions prove, these stars were as affected by these groundbreaking firsts as those of us who watch them.
What a fantastic collection of TV firsts, and all of them really had so much influence on pop culture. But which one had the most impact? It's our Showbiz Flashpoint. Which of the firsts had the greatest impact on pop culture? West Wing, Roots, or Will and Grace? With me right now in New York from Entertainment Weekly is Assistant Managing Editor Dalton Ross and Senior Writer Jessica Shaw. Also with us is Staff Writer Tim Stack. So Dalton, to you in the Showbiz Flashpoint, which of these shows had the biggest impact on pop culture in your mind?
It's got to be Roots. Just look at the numbers, 37 Emmy nominations. The finale was watched by over 100 million people. It was a cultural phenomenon, and 30 years later, we're still talking about Roots.
Yeah, it is undeniable. Tim Stack, off to you. Do you agree?
Yeah, I mean, it was, appointment television. If you, were around in the 70s, you went home and watched Roots every single night. I mean, no other show, we really hadn't seen slavery portrayed that way through African-American eyes before.
What's your pick, Jess?
I'm going to say Will and Grace because it really brought gay characters into the mainstream. There was no more of that, oh my God, Matt on Melrose Place is gay, who's he going to kiss? That drama
out.
Yeah,
Done.
it really broke down walls in a way that hadn't been done before,
Absolutely.
to be sure. And I have to say that Deborah Messing's character, Grace, really had so many of those Lucille Ball moments, including, of course, how can we forget, the infamous exploding breast episode on the show. Well, at Entertainment Weekly's great reunion, Deborah and her co-star Eric McCormack revealed what really happened behind the scenes when they were shooting that scene. Look at this.
And your fake breasts exploding.
I ended up getting bronchitis from doing that. It's true. It's true.
I got like spit. I got water in the eye.
Yeah, no, because they had to put like
the tube up your leg.
The tube up my leg, and it had to connect to the bra, and it was breaking, and it was backfiring, and the whole thing was just soaking me. But it was worth it. It was funny. Anything for a joke.
So many great revelations at the reunions, including the West Wing reunion. Now, this was one of my favorite shows ever. It really revealed so much about how the White House works. Dalton, other shows have tried to do the same thing, but they didn't have that success. What was the secret for the West Wing?
I think the secret recipe is basically Aaron Sorkin. You know, 95% of that show was just people walking and talking, going from one office to the next. But the scripts were so sharp. It had that Aaron Sorkin magic to it that you really felt like you were there with those characters sort of in the trenches.
Yeah, Tim Stack, what do you think? I mean, obviously that snappy dialogue did so much to bring you into what felt like such a real situation there.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those shows, you know, it's basically an office show, but it's an office that none of us have really ever been inside before. And so, you know, to have dialogue like that really brings you in, it just made you feel like you knew what it was like to work in the White House.
We were talking, Jess, before we started rolling here. It's one of my favorite shows of all time, and I really miss it. There is not a show around these days, while there are certainly terrific shows, that sort of capture that all-enveloping energy of the West Wing.
Absolutely, and I don't know that we'd see another show about the White House. It almost seems like entertainment shies away from that a little bit now. It's a little more taboo. So I love that this show was on for so long, and it was so influential, and it was great, and it really brought some humanity to the government that we're not really seeing in pop culture right now.
Dalton Ross, Jessica Shaw, Tim Stack, don't go anywhere.
Entertainment Weekly's great reunions also included the most memorable movie characters behind the scenes of the reunion of the cast of Lord of the Rings. Why it became so Hobbit-forming. And it's the amazing Molly Ringwald, John Cryer, Pretty in Pink reunion. Molly is Andy, her best friend Ducky, John, and of course, Andrew McCarthy is Blaine. So where did they all end up? Tell us, John.
Andy and Blaine probably did not end up together, but Ducky and Andy ended up friends for life.
McFly, who can forget? Michael J. Fox as Marty McFly and the time-traveling DeLorean in Back to the Future. It's the not-to-be-missed reunion between Michael J. Fox and co-star Leah Thompson. You're watching a special edition of Showbiz Tonight, Entertainment Weekly's Great Reunions.
And now a very special edition of the Showbiz News Ticker, reuniting the co-stars of Northern Exposure and Alias. Alias, of course, starred Jennifer Garner as butt-kicking spy Sydney Bristow. Check out this smoking reunion picture of Jen and her TV dad, Victor Garber. And a New York doctor gets dropped into rural Alaska. That, of course, was the plot of the great 90s show Northern Exposure, one of my favorites. Starred Rob Morrow and his on-again, off-again, on-screen girlfriend, Janine Turner, reunited right here.
Marty, you made it!
Yeah.
Welcome to my latest experiment. This is a big one, the one I've been waiting for all my life.
Going back in time. Who can forget that car? Man, I wanted one of those. The DeLorean in Back to the Future. The car really was a huge star in its own right. Maybe even just as big a star as Michael J. Fox and Christopher Lloyd. The DeLorean still looks fantastic today. Take a look at this. Showbiz Tonight with behind-the-scenes video of Michael and his Back to the Future co-star Leah Thompson on the set of Entertainment Weekly's Great Reunion. Welcome back to this special edition of Showbiz Tonight, Entertainment Weekly's Great Reunions. I'm AJ Hammer in New York.
And I'm Brooke Anderson in Hollywood. And now the most memorable movie characters. Pretty in Pink's Molly Ringwald as Andy Walsh. Michael J. Fox's time-traveling Marty McFly. It's been 25 years since Michael played his iconic role, and he is just one of Entertainment Weekly's most memorable movie characters, now reunited.
I think we all kind of look the same.
Still looking pretty in pink, Molly Ringwald reunited with the cast of her classic 1986 movie for Entertainment Weekly's Great Reunions. The pretty party included actress Annie Potts, who played the sexy and sassy Iona in the movie, and now 2.5 Men star John Cryer as the fabulously eccentric Ducky. Cryer's pretty in pink enemy was rich, preppy boy Blaine, who was pursued by Molly Ringwald's artsy Andy Walsh, a girl from the wrong side of the tracks.
You're ashamed to be seen with me. You're ashamed to go out with me.
She spoke her mind, and she was sort of an iconoclast and a rebel.
A rebel relentlessly pursued by her pal Ducky.
Blaine? His name is Blaine? Oh, that's a major appliance. That's not a name.
At Entertainment Weekly's Great Reunion of the Pretty in Pink cast, John Cryer speculated about how all the teen angst ended.
Andy and Blaine probably did not end up together, but Ducky and Andy ended up friends for life.
From Teen Dreams to Lord of the Rings, Entertainment Weekly also reunited a trio of hobbits.
It is hard to believe. I mean, it'll be 11 years, I guess, August. It's crazy, you know, in a lot of ways it feels like that much time has passed.
Including Elijah Wood, who played the heroic Hobbit Frodo.
He was an underdog hero. People could relate to him.
There were markings. It's some form of Elvish.
For Elijah, the fictional world of Middle-earth seemed very far away at Entertainment Weekly's Great Lord of the Rings reunion. Sean Austin, who played Frodo's loyal Hobbit friend Sam, was there, along with Dominic Monaghan, whom we came to know as the troublesome Hobbit Merry, and who says the 2 years filming the Rings trilogy led to lasting friendships off-screen.
We were so tight as a unit that everyone on the outside trying to get in could see that, you know, and on the inside it was really understood.
I wish the ring had never come to me.
Frodo's epic efforts to rid himself of the ring took moviegoers on 3 timeless adventures. As timeless as...
About 30 years.
The 3 unforgettable Back to the Future adventures.
It's such a sincere movie. It was everything it was meant to be, and it just is so uncontroversial and just fun.
Michael J. Fox first began portraying Marty McFly in the first Back to the Future movie in 1985.
It's 25 years old, if you can believe it, and it still holds up. I mean, it's fantastic.
Traveling through time, Marty saves the clock tower and his own future.
Marty, you made it!
Yeah!
And yeah, Michael J. Fox made it to the Great Entertainment Weekly reunion as well, taking him back to the future.
To this day, I still hope that if I drive 88 miles an hour, I'm going to end up back in 1955. I've actually tried it. It's been 25 years now since Back to the Future came out. Wow, time does fly. With me back right now in New York, Entertainment Weekly Assistant Managing Editor Dalton Ross and Senior Writer Jessica Shaw. I have a hard time thinking of any actor who could have played Marty McFly the way that Michael J. Fox did. Jessica, what made him so perfect for this role?
There's no one else who could have done that role. I mean, he had that rare combination of being so charming and funny and crush-worthy. He could ride a skateboard, and he could flirt with his mother without it seeming too creepy.
Yeah, because this day and age, that would have been super creepy. For some reason, Michael was able to pull it off. Well, when Michael J. Fox and Leah Thompson reunited, I thought they really captured why Back to the Future still resonates. Take a look at this.